Welcome to Warrior Wisdom, Profiles of Success. We're talking to co-founder Rob Zadotti here with CEO Warrior. Rob, you've got an amazing success story. You downplay the hell out of this, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But you guys built this amazing company from scratch, started in 1994, ran it for over 20 years, built it up to $30 million, right?
Yeah.
And then sold it to a private equity fund. And
Yep.
now you guys have built this platform to go out and help other service business owners. Before I get into what you're doing today, I mean, can you remember back to 1994? It was like you and Mike, two guys on a truck. I mean, did you ever think like what's happened would happen? I'm curious. Like,
No, I mean, I could think back yesterday like it was a blink of an eye, right? I mean, I could tell you the very first job me and Mike did together.
wow.
As before we even really put the notion of gold medal together, right? Like what it was going to be and all that. And then I can even tell you how it played out. I mean, I remember it like yesterday. But no, the truth of the matter is I never really saw then where we would be today, let alone what this would have created as a movement after the sale of gold medal as well. So. But yes, I remember the journey 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm sitting here just thinking about like the progress of that. And I don't know if you pinch yourself going, wow, look what's happened. Do you remember back, like when you guys made the decision, or maybe you always had the vision of this, but I think to give everybody a reference point, because a lot of businesses start, a friend, or we start ourselves, or partners go in, or family goes into business, and then we start working it, and we're kind of the technicians in our business.
Absolutely.
Do you remember the time when you guys just said, okay, we're going to build beyond us. We're going to build a team. We're going to build, into something more. Do you guys kind of remember?
Yeah, because it was kind of, for us, it was unique, right? Because it was predicated around an event that was really pinnacle in our lives, right? It was a decision to fold it, get out, right? Because it had gotten to a point where we were burnt out, we were exhausted. We were exactly what I talk about when I talk to people about why most small businesses fail. It's because the owners become burnt out, right? And I was there, Mike was there, right? And we just had enough. We would literally work all day, every day, Saturdays, Sundays, do paperwork at night, try to catch up on billing and all these other things that we did, and then go back at it. And I'd finally gotten to a point where I said, I can't do it anymore. There's got to be something more than this. This is a job. I don't want to do it anymore. And Mike was really profound in what he said. He said, well, I don't want to do it without you. So I guess we'll just fold it up. And, of course, being an analytical person, that didn't make sense to me. Like, it was too solid. I mean, we had been doing it for, I guess at the time, we were doing it for 9 years, almost 9 years, right?
Wow.
And we had already beat the odds, right? We kind of made it past all the statistics that we were going to at least have longevity at 9 years, right? But we were right at that cusp where the data today says most businesses finally fail between 9 and 10 years is because of owner burnout. We actually followed that whole model, right? Who knew? And then we said, okay, well, you know what? We got to do something different, right? We're gonna change what we're doing. We're gonna change the way we think, and we're gonna create something where the people who come work for us have a career, where there's true longevity. It's not just a job, something that you do to make money. It's a place where you stay for the rest of your life, right? A career. That's what we decided. And when we made that decision, we just immediately rolled up our sleeves and started to educate ourselves in what it needed to be to get to where we wanted to get to. Now, again, that rebirth of a business mindset, I still never thought we'd get to where we were. I just thought it would be a little smoother.
A little better.
Ride, right? Just a little better, but who knew?
So I mean, 0 to 9 years of kind of being small, and then you guys make this decision. And then from that point, I mean, it was a revolution, a transformation that you guys went through, and you went through this hockey stick kind of growth. What do you think? I mean, now fast forward here to CEO War. You guys sold, you've exited. I mean, you know, private equity company, all that sort of thing.
Right.
And what do you think are some of the biggest mistakes most people, most business owners are making to really get to that next level, to move beyond a plateau, or get off the truck for that matter?
Well, I guess there's a couple of things, right? Like, I don't think a lot of small business owners believe it's possible, right? So mindset's huge, right? And that's Mike's whole game, right? Like, Mike loves the mindset thing. And I never realized how we always had that. One thing about us from the very first day, even when we were in the trucks, there wasn't a project that could come along that we didn't think we were capable of doing. Even, you know, 2 guys, 2 trucks, 2 helpers, we would tackle anything. You know, we from a multi-million-dollar industrial plant that burned to the ground. We walked in like who we were. We were here to do this project. We were going to take the whole thing on and do it from scratch, and we did it. Right? It was just a mindset we always had. Once we took that mindset from applying that we were the biggest, the best, and the smartest electricians out there, and the most capable electricians out there, we just took that mindset and moved it into business, right? And we just said, you know what? We're just going to do this, and we're going to be successful at it because that's what we do. Failure was never an option for us.
And I mean, now in CEO War, you guys have helped hundreds, maybe even thousands, tens of thousands through all the different books and resources and podcasts and all these, you know, trainings and events, and the list goes on, right?
Outreaching, yeah.
What would you say? I mean, things change fast today, right? And sometimes old is the new, right? What would be 1 to 3 huge breakthroughs, Rob, that you would recommend to a service business owner, knowing what you know now, to put in place?
I would say probably I think many small businesses today get caught up in the technology that's going on out there, and they get too wound up with the bells and the whistles that are around us, right? I mean, business is simple. I think if you talk to any successful entrepreneur, he would tell you growing a business is easy, right? Sales are easy to do. There's probably not a successful guy out there that couldn't tell you, I could do it again.
Yep.
Right? I believe I could open a service company tomorrow and go from nothing to 10 million inside of 2 to 3 years. Really simple. And we have people who come here and look at you like that's not possible, but it is, because they get caught up in what's going on around them with the world today, and they lose track of the fundamentals, which is all it takes to be successful in business is to attract your customers, hire the right people to do the work, and be responsible for what you say you're going to do, right? And it's really easy, that simple. Do what you say you're going to do and do it well, right? I mean, we had simple core values at Gold Medal, right? And it's something that came really easy when me and Mike sat down and said, you know what, let's create these core values. But they were really just simple rules that me and Mike always followed, right, in life, right? Wow the customer, take care of your customer, right? You take care of your customer is going to take care of you, right? Make it a great place to work, right? Be safe at what you do, and be safe with your customers. In the service world, customers want to know that they're coming home to a safe environment. There's nothing more cherished than their home or their family, right? So they want to make sure everything's safe, right? And then just have integrity. If you have integrity and you convey to your customers that is part of who you are, they'll stick with you. And then offer them what they need. Never sell, just offer them what they need, and they'll make the decisions themselves.
That's such simple but powerful advice.
Yep.
And now you've carried that through with CEO Warrior and working with your hundreds and hundreds of clients and thousands of people in your outreach and so on. As you think about it, like if someone were here, let's speak to the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Right? Someone has answered an ad today, right? Or maybe a friend tapped them on the shoulder and said, man, you got to go check out CEO Warrior, what they're up to, and they can help you.
Right.
But they're skeptical. Oh, What would you say to that person right now who is on the fence, considering coming into your world, maybe attending an event that you guys host?
I would tell him or her that you need to come in here, listen to what we have to say, and just look for the pieces that are missing from your puzzle. Because if you were to step back, look at your business, and realize that all you have to do is create the foundation for your business to stand on, right? And the true value of your business is not you. And that's what most people think it's them, but it's really not. It's the foundation that your business is built on,
Yep.
right? And once your business you put the pieces in place, or the pillars, as Mike would call it, not to steal his language, but if the pillars are in place for the business to stand on and grow, it'll happen for you.
Yep.
And once you create an environment of self-motivated, self-thinking people, but give them the process and procedures and guidelines that they need to work within, it'll happen for you. Listen to what we got to say. It works. What we're doing and what we're teaching it's not new. It's not never happened before. There is no new ideas in the world. It's just reminders of what you knew. You give someone a great idea, and the first thing they look at you at the person sitting next to them, he goes, "Yeah, remember when we used to do that?" "Yeah." "Well, why'd we stop?" I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? So I would say, come in, see what we got, listen to what we're doing, just take it back and do it. All you have to do is put the pieces in place, and you will get the results you need.
So it seems you guys have a playbook, you have a blueprint. Basically, you have a master plan to, put that puzzle together, and you have support and accountability to help remind, say, "Hey, are you doing this? Are you doing this thing that works?"
Yeah.
Right? And if you haven't used this in a while, it works. And oh, by the way, if you've never used it, well, it works. So use it, right? Kind of simple that way.
Right. It's that simple, right? We have 24 years of experience shares, right? And we share with everybody the 24 years of knowledge that we created along the way, right? And all we did was take the key pieces, the important pieces, and re-emphasize. And you'll look at a lot of what we do is re-emphasizing the same things over and over and over again, because those are the pinnacle pieces that it takes to be successful. It's there, right? It's not new ideas, it's just experience sharing. That's what we're doing.
And then you guys have done something unprecedented in this industry, right? You offer these guarantees for the different programs and events that you host. Like you have this $1 million guarantee, right? Which has never been done before in this industry, not even close, right?
Nobody
in fact,
does.
I don't even know of anybody really doing it in the industry, in any industry, let alone service industries, right? Like, why did you and Mike, as the co-founders of the business, decide, you know what, we're going to back this up with this kind of a guarantee? I mean, it's unbelievable.
Because the system works, right? It won't fail. You'll fail the system. That's what'll happen. If you don't follow through with what needs to be done, you don't focus on the key pieces or the pillars that it takes to do the business, it's guaranteed to work. It has to work. It's done it, and we've seen it happen time and time again. And the handful of people that have not been successful with our program will come to us and say, "Yeah, I didn't do that," or "I'm not doing that," or "I started doing that, but then I stopped," right? Because old habits come back, right?
Sure.
So the process works, the procedures work. It works. It's been working for decades, and it works. It worked with our friends before we started this movement. We helped people all over the country that we were friends with. Do it this way. This is what we're doing. It works. It'll work where you are. It works anywhere in the world. We got it working in Australia, New Zealand. It works.
It works.
Just do it. It works.
It works. Just do it. Now, one of the unique things about building and growing a business, there's roller coaster rides that we go on, right? I want to speak to the high end of the roller coaster.
Okay.
And this might be tough. I mean, you've got hundreds of clients.
Right.
But there's probably a couple of success stories that stand out. I don't know, maybe these would be called your favorites, right? Clients you guys have worked with, where they started here and they've gone here. What are an example or two, Rob, of a couple of your favorite stories of client successes on this journey?
You want actual names of clients?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. And their result, like where they were, kind of the snapshot.
Right.
And then, like what's happened, overall, without getting in their financials or
Right,
whatever, right?
So I guess what really stands out to me in the clients is the ones that we get to watch them come in defeated, exhausted, frustrated, in a lot of cases ready to quit. Some of the people that come here, this is like a last resort, right?
Almost like you guys were at after 9 long years.
Exactly,
Yeah.
100%. And there's several of them that that come to mind. I guess the most prominent one is Mandy and Ian, right? I mean, to watch them go from scared, nervous, unsure of where their future was headed because it was just a rough grind for them, to where they are today in a few short years. They've tripled the size of their business. The business has structure, stability. It's provided them with joy and freedom to interact with their family and their loved ones, and still create an environment where their employees are flourishing, right? Those are the success stories. There's that one. There's Adario in Massachusetts. He's another one. And there's John in Massachusetts also. They've taken their businesses and groomed them and cultured them in a way that it really made them recognize the true value of having a business that can stand on its own and present itself in a way that people want to be a part of, and it takes care of them along the way. Those are my big wins, I guess, in my mind.
Yeah, it can be a gift when it's a gift, right? When you move from the truck to being able to work on your business. Not that you have to completely get off the truck. I mean, you guys have been pretty hands-on in all your businesses in a lot of ways. It's just different.
It
right?
moves, right? It moves from a job, a doing, to more of a passion, right? It becomes something. When you start to work on your business and not in your business, you become a creator, right? And once you can see things happen, right? It's like, I guess, when a painter paints on a canvas, right? When it starts to take shape and people can recognize it, then you just sit there and start adding on the accents, right? Once you go from that inside the business to working on the business and have that view down on what's going on, then you become like the puppeteer, right? And that's really special in that.
It is. It must be special in your role to watch how you guys can help these people come in who are more task doers and help them become the puppeteer in their own life, in their own business, and really own their future and create their future.
You know, it's funny, like when someone comes in or comes back 6 months later or 12 months later, I mean, obviously we're in touch with them along the way, right? And we're helping them doing different things through the master advisors and whatnot. But when they happen to come back for an event going on, one of our warrior events or something like that, and they grab you on the side and they just want to say, thank you so much. You have no idea what you've done for my life and my family, and I have my life back, right? To me, that's huge. And the things I loved about gold medal as in the twilight of my career there, I get to still do with all these different companies all over the world. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah, what a gift.
Yep.
What's something I should have asked you that I didn't?
What's something you should have asked me that you didn't? I guess you could have asked me, do you like what you do? And the answer is yes and no. This job is rewarding, tremendously rewarding, but it can be frustrating, right? Because when they don't listen, when they come in and they make the investment, right? They put the time in, but then they hold back, right?
Stop short.
Stop short. It's like you wouldn't buy a Ferrari and drive it to get milk and drive in a 25-mile-an-hour zone.
Or leave it in the garage, for that matter,
Exactly.
right?
Right? Take what we're teaching, use it, put it to work, put it out on the track, and make it run. It'll win. You'll win with it.
What's something most people don't know about Rob Zadotti?
I would say probably most people don't know that I'm a really sensitive person. Yep. I do my best to try to hide that. You know, because for me it's like a weakness, right? And I have a lot of fear of losing, fear of not winning. And I think that's what's kept me going. It's even with gold medal where it got to, I still don't look at myself as a successful person. And I don't know if that's the inner drive that keeps me going. But I love fear. I love to be afraid because I like to push myself past it. So I'm always keeping fear alive inside me as a means of motivating me to do more or to get past it.
That is being incredibly vulnerable. And, you know, so although you're afraid of it,
Yeah.
you know, take what you fear most and do it over and over and over and over again, right?
Yep, exactly.
What are 1 to 3 action steps you would hope someone takes as a result of watching or listening to this?
I would say that the first thing I think that they should do is step back from their business, take a good look at it, and make a decision if growing their business is really what they want. Okay? I find a lot of people will come and make the investment because they think they want to grow their business. But growing a business takes a lot of time, energy, and attention. And if you're not willing to put that effort forth, don't start, right? Don't push that sled down the hill if you're not willing to ride it all the way down.
Yeah.
Right? And I think a lot of people think this is the next progression and they need to chase this. And I would love to see them do that, but they have to make sure it's what they want. Not everybody wants 200 employees, you know, or 100 employees. It's a responsibility that you don't get to put off, right? Most business owners, they keep their business unknowingly at a size that they're comfortable with. And then what happens is they come here and some of the people that we bring in, they get overwhelmed and then they realize that this is not what I want. So I would say first thing first, look at your business, see if it's what you want it to do. Make sure you're doing something that you're passionate about because you have to be passionate about what you're doing. Otherwise you'll become disenchanted again, right? So I would say those are the things that I would look for.
Well, there you have it. Warrior Wisdom Profiles of Success. And here's the thing. If you want to go deeper with working with Rob, the co-founder of CEO Warrior, or Mike, or their entire team, I want to encourage you to take advantage of a no-cost strategy session. There's a link somewhere here on the page that you can hit. It'll either be over there, or over here, down here. Click that link to schedule your no-cost strategy session. If you're looking for a way to get more clarity around your business, if you're looking for a way to get more confidence around your business, if you're looking for a way to have a playbook or a blueprint and give you the roadmap, the puzzle piece, not only the puzzle pieces, but also the master plan, the blueprint to be able to, they've got a $30 million a year blueprint that they can give you. If you want to take advantage of that no-cost strategy session, hit the link below. That's it for our session today here with Warrior Wisdom Profiles of Success. We'll see you next time on Warrior Wisdom.